So let's talk about 5 ways to immediately improve your dementia care community in 2024. So again, this is my first time using LinkedIn Live, crossing our fingers. This is going to go well. Yeah, let's try it. So 5 ways to immediately improve your dementia care. 1, we really want to see quality life stations. Quality life stations are a lot of fun to put together, and they don't have to be difficult. We don't have to stress over them. So let's talk through some basic things about setting up life stations. Key points. 1, I really want to see you start small with a baby station or a pet station. This is going to help you out a lot, because once you see the success of the baby station or the pet station, you're going to go, oh, I want more of these, right? Once you see your residents interacting with them, you're going to realize the benefit. Most people living with dementia are going to find one or the other relatable and familiar. Maybe you think, oh, I don't know if a baby station will work here. It probably will. Try a pet station, and we'll talk through some pointers as you're finding the baby dolls or the pets. It also gives a sense of purpose, something to care for. Honestly, these are my favorite stations to set up. They always are a hit. Quality over quantity. Always. Quality over quantity. You don't need a million life stations. We've worked with clients who are like, we gotta set up 10 life stations right now. No, you don't. Start with 1, 2, 3, see how it goes. If you have space, which a lot of communities don't, feel free to add more later. This ensures that families understand the why behind what you're doing, right? So as you're talking with your residents' families about baby stations, life stations, why are we doing this? We're doing this not because mom wants to play with dolls, right? Or any of that nonsense. It's because they think the babies are real. It gives them a sense of purpose, and it gives them a sense of independence. And that's what we want. Life station review. So here's a great example of a life station. This is a changing table. You can find this on Amazon. I think I have the same exact one in my son's room, except it's gray. You don't need a big space for the stations. It doesn't need to be big. This is perfect. You don't even need a bassinet if you don't want one. You can use a changing table. That can be it. They don't go on your calendar, right? They're simply available all day. Please don't put life stations on your calendar. They should be accessible all the time. And you do need to stay on top of them. People need to be able to, it needs to be clean. If one of your residents grabs all the baby dolls every day, okay, well then go in that person's room, retrieve baby dolls before you leave for the day, set it back up again. This could be the job of your dementia care director. It can be the job of the activity director. Somebody has to take ownership of this. When we are working with baby dolls and stuffed animals, they have to look real, but they can't be creepy. I have great options for these, very affordable options for these on my Amazon shop, which is amazon.com/dementia by day. And we can send everybody a link to that. My favorite pets are memorable pets. And my favorite baby dolls are these Behringer baby dolls. They're under $30. Amazon almost always has a sale. They look real enough. They feel real enough. And a lot of those overboard type dolls, they're for, they're very, very realistic looking babies. I think they're kind of creepy, to be honest with you. You don't need to go that far. Ask when you're introducing a baby doll or a stuffed animal to someone living with dementia, what do you think about this? This is going to give them an opportunity to tell you if they think it's real or not. So that way they'll say, oh, a baby. You can say, yes, a baby. Or if they say, oh, it's a doll, you can say, oh, yeah, I was looking at some dolls for my kids. What do you think about these? You don't paint yourself into a corner where you're going to feel awkward. Have at least 2 per life station with a plan to get more. And please take 5 minutes. Like I said, get everything back in order. Here's another example of a baby station. They had a full room to play with. I think this is from Claiborne Senior Living. They had a full room to play with, and so they did, right? Pet station doesn't need to take up a lot of space. You can really put it in a corner. The key is to put it on a table. We don't want to leave pets on the floor. too hard for residents to bend over. It doesn't look good. It's a tripping hazard. Let's get it on a table. Put them in a corner. Pet bowls, pet bed, perfect. Maybe some signage, right? Some signage on the walls. And the pets that you see here are from Memorable Pets. They're anywhere in the range of like $35 to $45. They don't move or bark or meow or anything like that. You can get the ones that do that, the Joy for All Pets, but I think these are perfect. Okay, 2, we want assigned creativity boxes. Now, what are creativity boxes? Creativity boxes are pieces of your programming that are available for, ideally, your care staff to pull out and use with the residents and to say, can you help me with this? So over on the left here, we have a baby station, correct, right? And then on the right, we have examples of creativity boxes. Folding, sorting, organizing, anything tangible, hands-on, that's very purposeful and clear as to why the residents are doing it and what they're doing is what we want to see out of creativity boxes. Again, quality over quantity. We don't need a million of these. We just need a few. It's really not enough to just have them. You do have to assign them, because when we're working with clients, I'm always advising this. Please, at your communities, assign at stand-up meetings in the morning or on a calendar or somewhere, who is getting the creativity boxes. If you have them assigned 3 times a day, okay, Megan, you're in charge of the 11:30 creativity boxes. Sandra, you're in charge of the 1:30, whatever. These are great in between larger activities. So you have larger activities going on and you have these in between. They're also great between for meals. If lunch is arriving late, what happens? All your residents are up, they're walking away. These are a great option. Sensory boxes are also very popular in senior living, but I don't love them, to be honest with you. I don't find them to be very purposeful unless you're really sitting there guiding the resident through the activity. I'm not seeing the point. I love the flower arranging, the sorting, the folding, all these things. Here's some more examples of creativity boxes. Folding, sorting, baby socks. Not baby, but I'd say like toddler size socks, because then they don't end up on your residents' feet. Arranging flowers, washing or drying dishes, setting the table, maybe a cleaning box that just has a spray bottle with water in it. Silverware sorting, stacking poker chips, something that's clear why they're doing the thing. And then to make sure your staff is always asking, no matter what the activity, can you help me with this? Gives people a sense of purpose, and it makes them go, yeah, I do want to do that, right? And not just, hey, do you want to do this thing? Because they're always going to say no. Here's some great examples of the activities that I love, all the creativity boxes, and these ladies had a lot of fun. Snack and hydration program is number 3 in terms of improving your dementia care community this year. You need snack, you need hydration for the residents. Everybody's happier when they're full. Everybody's happier when they get to snack. I mean, think about your day. I'm sure, unless you're super regimented, you don't have just 3 meals, right? You probably have a couple snacks in there. Think about that for your residents as well. English Meadows Senior Living, who's a longtime client of ours, does a really great job implementing snack with their Lavender Hills Dementia Care program that we designed for them. For Tuesdays, they do Tuesdays and Wednesdays. Sometimes they do like waffle Wednesdays. The morning portion is spent making homemade waffle bowls. And then in the evening, they can add, ice cream stuff to, those bowls. They can add fruit in the morning. It's really fun. It's interactive, and the residents actually, get to enjoy the snack, and it's an activity. So you can do snack as an activity, or you can simply make sure you're bringing it around. It's great to have snacks readily available for the residents, but if you don't make a point of offering them a snack and something to drink, they're not going to do it, right? You can't just leave snack out. I mean, you can, but it's just a lot of your residents aren't going to access it. We also want to make sure we give 2 options. So it's not just like, do you want a snack, right? Would you like water? Do you want pretzels or do you want chips? And then even handing your resident a glass of water. Hydration helps combat UTIs, among, many other things. Maybe everybody has a mug with their name on it, right? Maybe the welcome gift as your residents move into your community is one of those mugs, like it has like a travel mug with a lid and a straw or something, and it has the resident's name, right? That's a great way to make sure people are drinking their water. And when the mug goes missing, we know exactly whose it is. This also pairs really well with creativity boxes. So maybe snack and creativity boxes are happening at 2:30, let's say. So you can bring the snack around while everyone's sitting, sorting, folding. And by the way, those creativity boxes are not supposed to last super long. This could be a 10, 15-minute activity. And this is something that your staff can really easily take a couple seconds to prep and then move on with their day, come back, put everything away. So here's an example. This is a nice snack area, but I want to point out that unless the staff is bringing this around, and this has happened in this community, unless the staff's bringing this stuff around, the residents aren't eating it. It's not happening, okay? So we need to make sure this is being brought to residents, not just like out. 4, this year, I want to see you invest in updated dementia education, okay? Everybody gets really obsessed with like certifying their staff, right? Everyone needs to be nationally certified. Believe it or not, there is no actual governing body for dementia care. There's no governing body for dementia care. There's no actual officially everybody accepts this dementia care certification. There's not. So why I say that is because there's a lot of ways to get dementia care education. At Dementia by Day, we have an online course. We have a number of online courses that our clients put all of their staff through. To date, we have more than 2,500 people who have gone through our courses. And this is something that is available even if you don't work with us as a consulting client, you can have access to this training. And we are continuing to beef it up and add more. But it's been around for a couple of years. There are a lot of different options for training. As many of you know, there are a ton of different things out there. Mix it up, add things. What I don't want to see is just everybody being put in front of a video, right? And be like, oh, that's the training, right? We really need engaging, interactive training. We need live sessions. We need online training. We need ongoing education for staff. Incentivizing training, there's a bunch of ways to do this. You need to make education something that everyone wants and needs. Maybe you have distinct tracks of employment. So, okay, if you want to work in memory care, you have to go through X training. You have to put in this amount of time. You incentivize it. You could do more money per hour. You could do a bonus, gift cards, pins, certificates. Pins and certificates only go so far, although I will say that when we made these pins for a couple of our clients, they were a hot item because they are pretty cool. So bear in mind, getting your staff paid while they're going through this training is important, especially if they can do it off-site. Like our online training, they can do on their phones, iPads, laptops, whatever, off-site. And then what a lot of our clients will do is pay them for that time. And get everybody trained, not just the care staff. Please, whatever method you use for educating people, we want to see maintenance educated. We want to see housekeeping staff. We want to see sales and marketing, of course. Everybody should be getting this training, not just the hands-on staff, because inevitably, even in like independent living, your staff is going to be working with residents living with dementia. Make it easy to log in. You can have QR codes for people to be able to log into the course, in the staff room. You can send emails with the links around. You can get current team members trained, then start with onboarding. And, have FAQs ready for tech issues. I would say collect everybody's certificates. If they get a certificate at the end of that course, hold on to it so that when the state shows up and goes, hey, who's trained, you're not going, oh, shoot, we got to go through all this stuff. Here's our online portal. And again, 2024, we're going to be really adding some material here. But we've had it since 2020 and put more than 2,500 people through our courses, including family members of clients, residents. who want to get extra education. So here's the big item. Everybody gets an e-kit. Everybody gets a copy for being here today from my Embracing Their Reality e-kit. And embracing somebody's reality is really what I teach when it comes to dementia care communication. This is what I'd love to see everybody doing in 2024. Making sure that your staff understands how to communicate with people living with dementia that isn't just redirect, distract, validate, right? What do we want to do? We really want to live in that person's world. I always say that just saying to somebody who asks me, oh, where's my mom? Saying, oh, it sounds like you miss your mom, I think comes from a place of fear. I learned, of course, validation when I was starting out, and I didn't find that it really got to the heart of the issue a lot of times. And I'll give you an example. So one of my residents had said to me, where's my mom? Early on in my career. And I did what I was taught, which was, oh, it sounds like you miss your mom. And she said, I know, obviously. Why does no one around here ever answer my questions? And that was shocking to me because I realized, oh yeah, she's right. I didn't answer her question. I just dodged it because I was too afraid to live in her world. So when we're embracing somebody's reality, it really means that we go to their reality wherever it is. That same resident, who was a lovely lady named Eileen, went out from our community on our community's bus to go to her doctor's appointment. But when she returned, she was like, I'm not getting off this bus. This bus is supposed to take me home. Well, I spent about 2 hours trying to get this woman off of this bus using every dementia technique I'd learned. Nothing was working. And the only way I really found to get her off the bus is to embrace her reality. So what I did was I said, you know what, Eileen? What I said to the bus driver was, hey, can you take me, around the block and to the back of the building? And he said, sure. Because, this guy had been with us now for like 2 hours. We get to the back and I said, Eileen, here's the situation. This bus is on a very specific route. We have to get off here and we'll go in this hotel for a little bit and then we'll head back out and get another bus and that'll take you home. That worked. Got her inside. She started eating dinner and she was happy. The problem when I'm driving home, I'm thinking, wait a minute, didn't I lie? Right? That felt like lying. Was that lying? I realized what I actually did was I embraced what was true for her. I took the word lying, I threw it away, and I focused on what was true for her. It's much easier to go to their reality, and it's much easier to go to their reality when you know where their reality lives, right? So we need to take an opportunity to ask them, where do you think they are? So when someone's asking you, where's my mom? Instead of just saying, oh, it sounds like you miss her, say, where do you think she is? They're going to know, or they're just going to say, I don't know, right? Because this prevents us from painting ourselves into a corner. Here's another example. I was teaching this one time at a skilled nursing facility, and one of the staff members said to me, this would have worked great yesterday, because one of my residents asked me, where's my husband? I said, I think he's at work. And the woman said, my husband's been on disability for 30 years. I don't know why he'd be at work, right? So this resident knew where her husband wasn't. Maybe she didn't know where he was, but she knew where he wasn't. And she would have given some guidance probably to the team member. And the team member could have said, oh, yes, that sounds right. That's probably where he is, right? If you don't know where they live, if you don't know where their reality is, you can't do what's true for them. So I want you to take the word lying, teach it to your staff, take the word lying, throw it away, do what's true for the person living with dementia, wherever that is. Here's another option. If this person is your loved one, like your parent, right? Your parent is asking you where, a beloved family member is, and you would know where that beloved family member is. You could say, I haven't talked to them in a while. And your mom may say, oh, I haven't talked to him for a while either. Or she may say, wait a second, didn't he pass away? And you can say, yes, But, I feel like when I pray, I talk to him, or I feel like I hear him in my head all the time. I feel like I haven't talked to him in a while. Let's not paint ourselves into a corner. Okay. So again, when we're embracing somebody's reality, if over here on the left is our reality, she's 83, retired 67, parents died years ago. Over in the circle over here, we've got her reality, right? She's 38. She's in the prime of her career. Her parents live nearby. Let's go to her reality, right? Let's not try to pull her into ours. And we know that's not going to work. So let's do what's true for her. Here's a little about me. I don't do cookie cutter programs. So when you work with me as a consultant, I'm not just going to sell you something that you're going to buy and apply to what you do. There are consultants out there who do this. That's fine. That's just not what I offer. I don't feel like it makes a lot of sense when, every company is going to be a little different. So just like in dementia care communication, I believe one size doesn't fit all. Here's what Capital Senior Living, who's now called Sonita Senior Living, was able to accomplish after working with me for 12 months. They said, while the benefits to residents have been palpable, according to Rybar and Lodi, the Magnolia Trails model, this is what we built for them, should also bring business improvements. The first community to pilot this approach saw occupancy increase from 69% to 100% with a wait list, and average monthly rent increased 5%. Pretty cool. So I offer a lot of different versions of consulting and coaching. Would love to chat with you. Even if you're concerned about pricing, we can probably find something that will work for you. You can check out more on my site, rachelwonderlin.com.